Day 65, July. I am seriously thinking about quitting my job, moving out of the rental house, and living full-time on the property. I have more than enough money to keep the house as long as I feel I need it. Some would call that blessed. I don't really see it that way. The cost was too high. There are plenty of resources on the property now, and I'm sure I won't hurt for anything. It'll be a big change, all right. Just what I asked for. It's so quiet and peaceful there that my plan for retirement doesn't really make much sense now. Why work when you don't have to? I can still draw on it when the time comes. Yeah, I'm probably going to make the change. Most all the property is complete at this point. It's gone quickly, much faster than I thought. Jake has been a huge help. At my age, there are no friends, and not many people willing to help. The most time-consuming aspect is just waiting for the delivery of items to the rental house. I think I'll build a big, sealed delivery box and have them sent directly to the property instead. I looked up the items that I needed, watched the videos on how to install them, got the needed tools that I didn't already have, and followed the directions that came with the items. Pretty straightforward on most everything. It's cost a pretty penny, but I believe it's well worth it in terms of the project and my sanity. I even have an internet signal out here through my cell phone. It's worn me out though, tired from all the hard work. A few busted knuckles, a blown out knee, but it's all been worth it. No fireworks on the 4th this year. Got better things to do. I got an old potbelly stove and installed it in the cabin. Man, that thing gets hot. It does not generally snow in the deep south, but it can ice from time to time. It's not uncommon to get down into the 20s Fahrenheit, sometimes lower. But I can cook on it and make coffee. I can even make bread. Not the best bread in the world, but it's getting better as I learn. I picked up a camper refrigerator and a Magic Chef stove off of eBay to keep things cold, or to cook if I run out of wood for the wood-burning stove. It's so hot, I'd rather just cook or heat up water on the propane stove than to light up that wood-burning stove. I have a lot of firewood split by hand, so it's not likely I'm going to run out completely. There's a choice sometimes, to split wood or get something else done that takes less time and has a bigger impact on living. I got a propane water heater for hot showers. The on-demand water heater is actually very efficient and doesn't use much propane at all. I went ahead and bought a 250-gallon propane tank and had it filled on my truck. Pretty hard on the truck suspension. I had to drive real slow and then build an A-frame hoist to get it off and onto the concrete pad. But the company said it would be easier for them to come out and fill the tank rather than my transporting it to them. Fine with me. I dug a 5-foot deep, half-acre pond with the tractor, lined it, and filled it up rather quickly with all the rain we've gotten. I've stocked it with brim, black bass, and catfish. It's not too big, but it's nice to have. I cleared out the remaining acre for a garden next year. I'll have to read up on that and figure out how that's going to work. Next year, I'll have to clear out a few more acres just for extra open space. I've gotten 3 more sheds for storage of seeds, long shelf life foods, and other supplies. Lots of toilet paper. Okay, I've read some prepper websites and watched some videos on self-sufficiency. I've picked up on a shortwave radio, although I haven't fully figured out how to use it properly. I have to get a ham radio license before I can really play with it. I got a CB radio base station and a NOAA weather radio as well. The well pump is now completely on its own separate solar energy system and is working wonderfully. Damn, those batteries are expensive and heavy, but I've pretty much got all I need for now. Might get some extras for spares though. I've gotten a used four-wheeler in good condition to get around and made a flatbed trailer to haul wood into camp. I even got a gas-powered wood splitter and chainsaw. The chainsaw scared the hell out of me at first until I got used to it. Now I'm just a He-Man lumberjack. Well, maybe not so much, but it's fun despite the hard work. I've built up some muscles and lost some weight too, so I'm feeling better. I even went on a date with a woman. Well, a ham and cheese on rye at the local diner is not really a date, but it was nice to talk to a woman outside of work. I felt like I was cheating a little bit on Trish though. Kind of a strange feeling. The problem is that I wake up in the morning, look out at the property, see how nice it is, and for just a brief moment I'm happy. Then the weight of the world crashes down on me, and I realize I'm alone. No one is coming out to see me. No one is going to call. My heart sinks, and the depression kicks in. Hard to handle sometimes. Some rather disturbing news is now coming out of China. The bird virus is still unidentified as to exactly what it is, and it's rumored to have spread to humans. Unconfirmed reports are saying that there have been large losses of life in China. Perhaps as much as an eighth of their population is now dead, with many others carrying the virus. The World Health Organization has requested a no-travel ban to China, both to and from the country. Also rumored was that all the surrounding countries have even placed roadblocks to prevent people from leaving China. I'm thinking this is starting to get serious. According to the news, people around the world are getting nervous, and talk of a pandemic is circulating. All of this is unconfirmed, but it would only make sense. Well, I'm sure we're safe here. I'm not going to worry about it. Day 100, August. Over the past several weeks, I've ordered some more stores of foods and seeds and had it delivered to the property. I've gotten an excellent water filter just in case the well pump gives out and I have to use the pond. I put in 4 big blue water barrels to catch runoff from the cabin roof, and they're filling nicely. I've gotten more ammunition for both weapons and even picked up a bow and arrow set off of Amazon. All have been delivered and are in place. I figured I have about 1.5 years worth of supplies on hand. Why I did that, I don't know, but things are turning bad in China and the Southeast Asian countries. You just never know. Besides, it's kind of fun looking around for stuff, and there's a certain sense of security that comes with it as well. Jake came out and shot another deer and showed me how to dress and butcher it. That was nasty, but at least I know how to do it now, and I have more than enough meat in the freezer. The wood splitter I got has drastically decreased the time needed to produce a cord of wood for the stove. I've built a lean-to and added some tarps so the wood won't get wet. I have about 10 cords of wood now. I have no idea if that's too much or not enough, but I'm covered either way. That splitter was a good buy. I've had to place my open air antenna up higher in a tree for a better signal. It's not cable, but I get all that I need to keep from getting too bored at night. Good thing too, There's supposed to be a major announcement by the World Health Organization, President of the United States, and the CDC tonight. I certainly hope that they got the whole thing straight. Day 101, August. Oh crap. Last night's announcement was beyond anyone's worst nightmare. China finally came clean and announced that there are millions and millions of people dead in their country from the virus. There are so many dead that there are not enough people to count them all or to get them buried. Their emergency services were horrible to begin with, but have been so overwhelmed they cannot operate. People are now starting to develop symptoms and die in all the neighboring countries as well. This is looking very bad. The U.S. government, under the recommendation of the CDC and the World Health Organization, are now banning all travel to any Asian country. All trade to those countries have been halted except for military overflights of medical aid and food. That's getting pretty out of hand. It's pretty damn serious. Yet they're still telling people not to panic, and they can get it under control. Well, they haven't done such a good job of it so far, so why should I believe them now?